let's begin. Hello to you Zoom people. Hello out there in Zoom land. Hello out there on Facebook land. If you are joining me on Facebook, hello, please give me a like or a hello or a comment. Just say hi even if you're just passing through. Just shoot me a comment to make sure that you can hear me. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. And if you're joining me for practice, that's totally cool. You know what, I'm going to look at the Zoom camera because that's what's recorded. If you're joining me for a practice, then grab your mat, let's go. It would be helpful if you had a block or some kind of book or something to help bring the ground up closer to you. If you don't, then that's fine. We'll get into the pose as best we can. So I'm just going to talk for a little bit. I'm going to sit down and talk for a little bit, again, about what we're doing. So this Vinyasa series, yoga series, it's a beginner series, and then it's going to be intermediate and advanced. And beginner just means if you're either newer to the practice or if you are newer to a Vinyasa class. Somebody's on a Zoom. Hello. So whether or not
Regina.
Hi. Can you do me a favor and mute yourself? Can you hear me? Esmeralda, I'm hoping you can hear me.
Yes.
Somebody else. Okay, good, perfect. Go ahead and mute yourself, and if you have any questions, just let me know when you if you have any. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you so much for coming on. Okay, so again, we are, if you're beginning to Vinyasa, and Vinyasa is just, it's taking the poses, taking these specific poses, any specific yoga poses, and flowing through movement by using the breath. And these poses are going to link together with the breath to create like a beautiful tapestry of movement. And actually, that means I'm going to pin myself so that you can see me and not everybody. All right, perfect. Okay, so Vinyasa is going to take these poses and weave them together in a flow or in a sequence to create just a beautiful fluid movement. All right, and if you're just beginning with it, if you're beginning, it's sometimes just about the physical poses as you move into your practice. So that's what the intermediate and the advanced is about. As you move into your practice, it's going to become more energetic. It's going to become more meditative, and it's going to just go beyond the physical for you. All right. So we are going to start in seated position. I have a block. I'm sitting on a block, or if you have a bolster or a pillow, you can go ahead and sit on that. And that's just going to lift my hips up a little bit higher so that my pelvis is my hips are a little bit more open, okay? So that's up to you. So I want you to sit up nice and straight, nice and tall, pull your shoulder blades back, engage your belly muscles because that's going to support your spine, all right? So with this practice today, we're going to do some breathing. We're going to put together some movements. We're going to put together some sequences. And then we're going to repeat those sequences, okay? So whatever you do, just take your time, just breathe, and if you have to rest, that's totally fine. I'll show you what to do, okay? So we're just going to sit up nice and tall, and again, I'm looking at several devices, so just stay with me. I really want to make this work. We're on Facebook Live, we're on Zoom, and then I also have a screen over to my left. If you guys ever want to come on camera and let me see your movements, that's totally fine too, and I can help you out. But you can stay muted and you can stay with your screen off if you want. That's totally up to you. Okay? All right, I'm done talking. I talk so much. Let's start seated, comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you. Again, close the eyes, soften the eyes, and just take some breaths, some natural breaths in and out through the nose. And as we're breathing, we don't want to judge those breaths. We might notice what's going on. We might notice that our heart rate is a little high. Maybe we're feeling anxious. Maybe we're feeling tired. I just want you to notice those things and stem away from judging them, okay? So just breathe, natural breath, and be accepting of whatever feeling or emotion is going on in your body right now. So we breathe in through the nose, out through the nose or out through the mouth, just to settle in and come into this moment. And again, if at any moment we get a disconnection with the sound or anything like that, just let me know, because I think if it disconnects from the sound, it's going to disconnect from me and I'll have to come back on. But we'll keep trying. All right. So take a deep breath in through the nose and open up the left side out. Breathe it out. Get a deep breath in through the nose. Open up side out. Get one more time, deep breath in through the nose. Open up side out. Good. Now close the lips and take that same inhale, deep breath, and exhale, but this time with the lips closed, breathe it out through the nose. So it's going to make a sound in the back of the throat, make that same ha sound. That's our ujjayi breath. That's our energetic breath. So breathe in and breathe out. So I want you to just take about 5 of those with your eyes closed or soft, in and out through the nose. And each time that you breathe in, make the breath a little bit longer. So lengthen it to maybe about 5 or 6 counts if you can. And then as you exhale, make that count the same. So if you inhale for 5 breaths or for 5 counts, then exhale for that same 5 counts. So make the breath even and controlled. So take about 5 more of those. And just focus. Focus on that breath. If something else pops into your head, into your mind, got to come back to the breath. Two more breaths. And don't mind me. Periodically, I'm going to be looking at the screens just to make sure we're still all here and connected. So if I do something different, you just stay where you are. Good, good. So next inhale, this is where we're going to start to connect the breath and the movement. With the next inhale, I want you to inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. So again, as I mentioned, these breaths or these poses are going to be connected by movement, and then they're going to move into a sequence. So inhale, arms are going to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the right hand down, and then stretch over that left ear. So we're just taking a side bend over to the right. That's the exhale. Good. Inhale, reach up back to the center, and then exhale, take a side bend over to the left. Good. Inhale, come back to the center. Let's do that again. Exhale, just to get the body used to the movement. Inhale and exhale. Get a couple more times, and then we're just going to add on to this to create a sequence, a short sequence, but a sequence. And then we'll move on to the next sequence. Only thing I want you to do is remember to use your breath, right? Remember to breathe. Don't hold the breath. It doesn't matter if you match the inhales and the exhales at the right time. If I'm cueing them, doesn't matter. I just want you to keep breathing, all right? One more side. Inhale up to the center, and then exhale off to the left. Good. This time when you inhale, I want you to exhale, take a twist to the right. So the right fingertips are going to come behind you, and the left palm is going to come to the outside of that right thigh. All right? Lengthen the spine, and then exhale, twist to look over that right shoulder. Okay? So stay here for a little bit. Keep the hips forward. So try not to lift it up in order to make yourself twist. Twist only for as much, for the range of motion that you have, right? So come back to the center. Inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, you're going to twist to the left. So right hand comes to the outside of the left thigh, and then left fingertips come behind. You can inhale to lengthen, depending on how long you're going to stay in the pose, and then exhale, twist. Good. Inhale, come back to the center. Let's go back to the other side. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, twist. So now you're starting to incorporate movement in the spine. Make some space in the spine to prepare for all the poses that we're going to do today. One more time. Someone's calling me. Let me get out. All right, there we go. When people are calling me Zoom, you can't hear me. So, all right. So inhale and exhale. Let's do that one more time since I was interrupted. Inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale, and then exhale to the left. Very good. We're going to put those together. So inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, take the side bend to the right. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale, take the side bend to the left. Inhale, come back to the center. Take the twist to the right. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, take the twist to the left. All right. So inhale, side bend, exhale, right. Inhale, exhale, side bend, left. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Can we do that 2 more times? Use your breath, even if I'm not cueing the breath. See if you can make that movement as fluid as you can. Connecting it with the breath. Make it feel like you're dancing. Make it feel like you're in water. All right, one more time with the side bend. Remember, put a smile on your face. Exhale. And exhale. Very good. Reach the fingertips back up towards the center. All right. So I'm going to turn towards the short end of your mat. If you're not facing the short end of your mat, then go ahead and turn that way now. All right. So we're at that inhale where the arms are reaching up. And then we're going to exhale, bring the hands down in front of us and roll onto our hands and our knees into table pose. Let me move this brick out the way. All right. So table pose, we're going to stack the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. All right? When we're in this pose, pull the belly up and into the spine. Again, everything we're doing is going to stabilize and support that low back. All right? It's also going to tone the core. Now, we're going to take some cat-cows to continue warming up the spine. Inhale, open up the chest, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, press and round into the spine. Good, so continue with those inhales and exhales. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, press into the mat, round the spine. Very good. Inhale, open. Exhale. Good. Again, it's just connecting these poses with the breath. Now, as we start to add on poses, it can get a little frustrating. It might get a little annoying. And that's where you just use the breath and you take a rest. All right? Good. Come back to table pose. We're going to curl our toes under and then lift our hips up and back into downward facing dog. All right, downward facing dog, if this is your first one for today, it just looks like an upside down V. So we're going to press down through the heels. Let me move this brick so you can see. Press down through the heels, soften the knees, and you'll feel a stretch in your calves, maybe your hamstrings, and start to bring your chest in towards your thighs. Let's stay here for a couple of breaths. Hug your shoulder blades away from your spine, away from your ears, excuse me. Good. Next, inhale. I want you to lift that left leg up towards the sky. So left leg is going to lift. Turn your hips down. Heel is going to be pressing straight up towards the sky. And then exhale, step it through between your hands. Lower your back knee down. Top of the foot comes down. And then I want you to inhale, reach the arms up. All right? This is a low lunge or Anjane Asana. All right? So let's get the logistics of this pose. Your front knee, this is my left knee, is going to be over the ankle. And then my right hip is pressing. You can lunge forward and press the hip into the mat. You'll feel that stretch in the quad and the hip flexors. All right? This knee is going to go forward. Make sure it doesn't track to the left or the right. And then pull your belly off your thigh. Remember to root the tailbone. Did you see that little adjustment? Root tailbone down. My belly and my ribs came in a little bit more. Yeah, keep breathing. I'm going to turn to the other side so you can see me. All right, I'm still on the same leg. You stay there. Now, next time you exhale, I want you to bring your right hand down to the inside of your foot. And then inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky. Right? So we have a low lunge twist. All these poses are going to prep you for our peak pose for today. Right? So we're just going to hold it for a couple of breaths. And then as we do it again and again, we're going to start to add a little flow, add a little breath, and make it go a little bit faster. But again, you move at your own pace and try not to let it get to you, okay? All right, next inhale, we're going to lift up into an open arm twist, okay? So my left arm is backward and my right arm is reaching forward. Now, a couple of things in the twist, we want our hips to stay forward, okay? The twist is going to come from the middle of the neck. So if you're only able to open right here, which is maybe for today, then that's totally fine. If you twist too much, then your hips become unlined, okay? So you want to rotate that left hip back forward so that both hip points are facing forward and take your twist, okay? You got that? I'm going to turn back around. Good. All right, from here, reach the arms back up into asana. Plant your hands, curl your back toes under, and we're going to step forward into a forward fold. Good, let the head hang. Feel the low back release. Soften the knees. You might feel the hamstrings or the calves stretching out. Good, lift up halfway, inhale. Straighten the spine, pull the shoulder blades back. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, we're going to fold right back in. Okay? Half lift, inhale. Got to tie my hair up. Exhale, plant your palms. We're going to stack with the left foot. Okay? Bring the back knee down. So now we're on the right-hand side. So we're just going to step back with that lead leg, with the leg that we led with on the first side. So first thing, Anjaneyasana. Good? So right knee forward, knee over the ankle. You can lunge forward. Get that stretch in the left quad. But remember, pull the belly up off the side, root the tailbone. So it's a brand new side. We're going to hold for a few breaths. Right? Just to get the feeling in our body. Just to work out any any pain or tension. I'll say sensation, I won't say pain, because if there's pain, back off. Please back off. All right, left palm, exhale, is going to come down on the inside of the right foot. We're going to take that twist again. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. Now again, make sure that the hips are squared forward. So this right hip, pull it back maybe a little bit, and the left hip can come forward. Reach up, open up, twist. What we don't want to do is circle off to the side in order to make that arm go up, okay? So if the twist comes from here, that's okay. Good. What was next? Do you remember? Probably not. It's okay. It's the first time. Come up to that open arm twist. All right, right arm back, left arm forward. Are you breathing? Super important. Please keep breathing. Good. Inhale, reach the arms back up towards the sky. Good. You can plant the hands, curl the back toes under, steps to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold right back in. Good. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, step back with the right foot this time. Okay, we're going to move a little bit faster. Inhale. You can start to get the flow. Exhale, right palm comes down. Inhale, left palm reaches up. Good. Stay here and breathe for the exhale. And then inhale, come up to that open arm twist. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the palms, curl the back toes under. Step to the top of the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold back in. Good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms. This time, what? We'll step back with the left foot, right? Good. Inhale, onto the opposite. Good. Exhale, let's take that lunging twist. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches open. And inhale, come up to that open arm. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, lengthen the arms up towards the sky. Good. Exhale, plant the palms, curl that toes up, step up, top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, reach. Good. Fold back in. Step back with the right foot. Okay? You got it? Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm open. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, lift up into that open arm twist. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, reach back up, Vinyasa. Plant the palms, curl the back toes under. Step up, top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way back in. Good. Half lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back with the left foot. Got it? 3. Left hand comes down, right arm lifts. Good. Open arm twist. Vinyasa. Good. Plant the hands. Step to the top of the mat. We're going to do this one more time together. So I may not cue. I'll guide you with my physical movements. And we'll do this one more round together. Just let it flow. Step back with the right foot. Inhale, Vinyasa. We got the poses. Let's put them together. Lunging twist. Good. Open arm twist. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale, Vinyasa. Good. Curl the toes. Step to the top of them. Very good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold back in. Good. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, left foot, step back. Last time. Reach up. Good. Lunging twist. Open arm twist. Good. Vinyasa. Plant the palms. Step to the top of the mat. Good, good. Hang out here for this forward fold just for a few moments. Good. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold back in. Good, good, good. Shake it out a little bit. Move your legs if you need to. Let the head hang. All right, we're going to move into our next flow. All right. It's going to be a little bit of the same, but a little bit different. You'll see. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step back. We're going to go into a downward facing dog, okay? Remember this one? So again, breathe, soften the knees, belly towards the thighs, shoulders away from the ears. Good. Left leg lift. Inhale. Good. Step it through between the hands. Now, last time we had the knee down. If this is what you can do today, you continue to do that, all right? If you want to take it a little bit further, we're going to step through, have that back knee up, all right? So this is the low. The back leg is straightened. Try not to lock the knee. Just feel like you're flexing through this quad, and then scooch the toes back so that the heel is pointing straight up, all right? 90 degrees, same thing in that left knee. Inhale, reach. Woo! This is a crescent lunge. Ooh, try not to fall. Crescent lunge. So same thing. Back knee, straighten, tailbone, up. All right, so I'm a little tight. So you see what happened when I lift it up? My knee bends a little bit. So if that happens, see if you can flex it, stretch it a little bit. All right, so we're going to hold this pose, maybe lunge a little bit deeper. It's up to you. We're going to do the same thing we just did, except the knee is lifted. Take the right hand, plant it down into that lunging twist. Left arm is going to reach. Now, I'm going to turn around so you can see. All right, lunging twist. If you want to challenge yourself, let those right fingertips hover above the mat. They're just hovering, they're not touching down. Good. Next, we're going to go into that open arm twist. So lift up, nice strong legs. I'm sure you're feeling it because I am. Nice strong legs. Keep breathing. I'm going to turn back around. Open arm twist left. Good. Inhale, come back to crescent. Plant your palms and step back to downward facing dog. All right, we're going to repeat that on the other side. Keep breathing. Right leg is going to lift it up towards the sky. Step it through between the hands. Stay on the ball of the back foot, keep the back knee up. Reach up, lift up, crescent lunge. So again, a couple of things. You're lunging into that front knee 90 degrees or less. It's up to you. Tailbone rooted down, okay? When you root that tailbone down, you're going to feel it stretching the quad again, okay? Keep the belly engaged to support the lower. And breathe. Again, if you need to put that knee down like so, feel free to do it. Go ahead and do it. All right, let's take that lunging twist. So left arm plant onto the mat. Open up, reach the right arm up. Okay? So make sure wrap that hip. So wrap these right hips forward, left hip back. Because I'm noticing again that I'm kind of rotating out. We just want to keep the hips square. And again, if you want to challenge yourself, woo, let those fingertips dangle. It's hard because this front quad is working. Good, inhale, open arm twist. Try not to fall. Again, keep rotating those hips forward. And if the twist is only here, it's totally fine. Just depends on the flexibility in the spine. All right, inhale, crescent. Plant the palms, step back. Downward facing dog. Woo! Come on to the toes. Bend the knees slightly. Step forward to forward fold. Half lift inhale. So we're starting to add on things that we've already learned. Fold exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, fold right back in. Inhale up. My breath is getting labored. We want to make sure, step back to downward facing dog. Your breath being labored is okay. If you're talking comfortably while you're exercising, which I'm talking comfortably even though my breath is labored, it's okay. If you feel like you're at a point where you can't breathe without sitting down, without stopping for a moment, you can come into hero pose, or you can come into child's pose, okay? Fine? And just catch back up when you can, or just meet us when you can, all right? So let's go through that flow again. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Step it through between the hands, back heel lifted, crescent lunge. Belly in, tailbone rooted. Good. Lunging twist. Right hand plant, arm reaching. Good. Inhale. Open arm twist. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back, down dog. Right leg, right side, right leg lift. Step it through between the hands. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, crescent. Guys are doing good. Exhale, left palm comes down. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Lunging twist. Good. Next inhale, open arm twist. Good job. Hold for the exhale. Maybe sink a little deeper. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back to plank. Excuse me, downward facing dog. No planks in this beginner series. Bend the knees. Step up between the hands. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. And then exhale, fold right back in. Let's do it again. We're starting to learn it. We're starting to put it in our muscle memory. It's starting to flow together. Right, left leg left. Step through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, right palm comes down. Inhale, left palm reaches. Hold for the exhale, settle in. Inhale, open arm twist. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the palm, step back, down dog. Inhale, right leg left, excuse me. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, plant the palm. Inhale, reach and open. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, open arm twist. Hold for the exhale, settle in. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back, down dog. Come on to the toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, step up. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, fold back in. Can we do 2 more times? Together. Keep breathing. Starting with the left leg. Crescent lunge. It's in our memory. Lunging twist. Open arm twist. Crescent lunge. Plant the palms. Down dog, right side. Keep breathing. That's the only thing I want you to do. Lunging twist. Open arm twist. Crescent lunge. Plant the palms, step back, down dog. Come on to the toes, bend the knees, walk up or step up. Come all the way up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Can we do it one more time? I'll give you the poses. I just want you to see if you can move with your breath. If you forget something, follow along. But if not, if you don't want to follow along, just do what your body is asking you to do. If you skip something, miss something, oh well. That's what Vinyasa is teaching us. It is teaching us to step into each moment our facing dog, hands and knees, take child's pose if you need. So big toes together, knees apart. Sit back onto the heels, bring the forehead down. Go ahead and just keep breathing. I'm sitting up. You be in child's pose. But that's what Vinyasa is asking us to do. Vinyasa is asking us to step into each moment, not just on this mat, but it's asking us to step into each moment, feel the sensation, breathe there before moving on to the next. All right? How many times do we just want to do, I know I do it all the time, I want to do 12 different things at once. But if we don't finish that one thing before stepping into the next part of that sequence, then it's not going to be the way that we want it to end up. All right? And then as these Vinyasa classes add a little bit more, it's going to add a little bit more sensation. So if you notice, we're not doing any balancing or any plank poses, all right? Because sometimes when we hear plank or we hear balance or if we hear handstand or inversion, then we start to freak out. You know, I know I do. But it's not about, you don't have to do the balance, or you can do the balance the best you can, or you can just prep for the handstand or the arm balance. You don't have to do it just because everybody else in the room is doing it. And that's what Vinyasa teaches us, is to find our authentic self and our authentic practice and not ignore everybody in the room, because we're all practicing together and we're all doing something different, but honoring what we can do and not judging ourselves by what our neighbor is doing. Are we ready for that next flow? This is where we're going to go into our pivotal pose, a revolved triangle. So our body has been getting us used to all these twists, and our spine has been creating space, our spine has been creating movement, and then we're going to go into that pose. All right, so when you're ready from your child's pose, come back onto your hands and knees, curl your toes, lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. All right, I'm just checking in to make sure we're still good here. Yep, we are still good. All right, so then the first part of this pose is going to be the same thing. So actually, I'm going to turn around because I'm going to start with my left leg, and I want you to be able to see me when I turn out. Let me make sure. No, I'll stay this way. It doesn't matter. I'll turn if I need to so you can see. All right, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. All right, let's start with our left leg. Lift it up towards the sky, step it through between the hands. We're going to come back into that crescent lunge, right? So the first part is the same. Crescent lunge. Okay, we know it. We're not experts at it, but we know what to do to adjust it, maybe to make ourselves go a little bit deeper. We want to do something different each time to feel ourselves grow, feel ourselves get stronger, feel a little more sensation so that we can breathe and not run. That's the tendency in Vinyasa to run. Run either way, either run into it without you and injure ourselves, or back away from it and say, I don't want to do this anymore. All right, so we got that crescent lunge, right? Let's do the lunging twist. Let's do the open arm twist. Good. Let's do the crescent. Here's where it changes. Let me look at my notes to make sure I put it in the right, yes, I want to put it in the right sequence. All right, so from here, from crescent lunge, we're going to go into a warrior two. So back foot is going to pivot flat, okay? So that our hips are going to turn, that hip bone is going to be externally rotated, okay? Let me step closer so you can see. We're going to lunge into that front knee, same thing. We might need to adjust our back foot so that the front heel is in line with the back inner arch, all right? Then we're going to lunge, okay? Arms are going to come out to a T. Gaze over the middle finger of that left hand. So now, while we're here, you stay there. I'm going to show you a couple of things. So this is a hip opener here. So if your hips are tight, it's going to feel like both your knees are kind of coming in towards each other. Take that, if you want to, take that left hand and gently guide the left knee away. You're going to feel it more here. Now, take that right hand, reach to the inside of the thigh, and imagine you're trying to wrap that thigh behind you, okay? Wrap the thigh muscle behind you. That's going to help it to open this hip, externally rotate this hip a little bit more, so now you're feeling it everywhere, okay? Let's take that warrior two. So I know you've been holding it for a long time. Sorry about that. Same thing, tailbone rooted, ribs, everything's in. All right, straighten out that left knee, and then we're going to reach out towards the left and down towards the foot, shin or ankle, and then that right arm is going to come. We got a triangle pose here. All right. So now we're going to stay here in triangle pose. Just checking the time, sorry. We're going to stay here in triangle pose for a few breaths just to get to know this pose. So same thing. The hips are aligned the same way safely as in warrior two. The same thing, we want the same thing to happen. We want to keep that knee rotating out towards the baby toe of that left foot. Okay? We don't want it to be in. I don't know if you can see that. We don't want it to be dipping in. Okay? Even though the leg is straight. And the same thing. We want to feel like that inner thigh is wrapping behind. The inner thigh muscle is wrapping behind. And that's going to help this hip to open up a little bit more. Okay, because if these muscles are tight, yeah. Okay. Breathe, breathe. All right. Now, we're going into our pivotal pose. Don't be scared. It's not scary. All right, this top arm, all right, right arm. We're going to bring it down, okay? This is where if you have bricks, I'm going to show you with the bricks. If you have, again, if you have books or something stacked to bring the ground closer to you, that's great, all right? So what did I just do? Arms are up, right arm is up. Now we're going to bring that arm down. See, when I bring my arms down, when I rotate my torso, my hip is going to turn down. But it can't turn down as much because my back toes are still turned out. So let's turn those toes forward, okay? So all 10 toes are going to face forward, okay? No angles, okay? Step the feet about hip distance apart, all right? So we're still keeping that straight leg. Now, if you notice that your back foot, the heel is up, I want you to walk your foot just a little bit so that the heel is all the way down. All right, so now we have a torso that's rotated down. We have both toes that are facing forward, and our chest is right, shoulders are in line with the hips. All right, so the reason for these blocks is to bring the ground up a little bit closer to you. All right, if not, it's gonna be okay. But the more, if your back is tight, or if your if your hamstrings are tight, the more you go down, the more the back is gonna round. And whatever you do, I want the back to stay straight. So these bricks help me keep my back straight. Hopefully you can see that. Now, again, with the hips, I'm going to do this on purpose. See, my left butt is rotating out to the left. That's on purpose. And then my right hip is kind of like over there. Bring that right hip forward, okay? And the left hip is going to turn forward as well. Perfect. All right. So far, so good. Okay. Now, the right hand is going to stay on the block, and we're going to take a twist with the left hand. Open up and twist. Good. So I'm going to turn around so I can see if my back is straight. I don't want to be showing you something that's off. Okay. So again, the back, we want the back to stay straight, and we want to take that rotation of the upper body, of the upper chest. Okay. And we want that shoulder to stay plugged in. Okay, and we want those hips to stay. It's a lot of action, a lot of different actions. So it may look like an easy pose, but not really. What are we feeling? I'm feeling a lot of hamstring, okay, which is good. I'm feeling a lot of calf, and I'm feeling a lot of this outer left hip. All right, we're breathing. Good. So if you don't have a brick, this is what it'll look like. But again, I don't want you to be rounded in. If you're touching down like that, just make sure the back is straight when you twist. Good. All right, come on down. I'm going to move the bricks out the way, plant the palms. We're going to step to downward facing dog. Woo! All right, pull out the feet. And then let's do the left side, the right side, right leg lift. Step it through. Do you see how we add on poses? And that's when maybe it starts to get a little confusing. So we have these few poses. Crescent lunge, right? Lunging twist. And then we add it on. So it's like, how much more of this do I have to remember, Regina? And then we had the open arm twist. But see, we got to get out of our head. We just got to let our body move, right? And then we got to come back to crescent. No, so now I am going to turn around so you can see me on this side. So we come back to crescent. What did we add on? We added on warrior two. So that back foot turns out and move the bricks. We added on warrior two, where we just externally rotate this hip bone. Might need to step the feet a little bit further apart. The toes on the left foot are facing forward. These right toes are facing the short edge of the mat, okay? Arms to a T. Gaze over the middle finger of this right hand. Okay. So same things we got to do that we did on this side, we got to do on the other. Because it's going to feel a little bit different. I know it does for me. My right knee wants to come in, wants to buckle in. So maybe take the right hand, guide the knee open. You'll feel it here. Okay? And then take this left hand and imagine you're trying to wrap this muscle back behind you. And that's going to help this hip open up a little bit more. Warrior two. If you remember what's next, it's okay if you don't, because we just added this on. Triangle pose. Reach out and down. We got a nice stretch in that inner side. If you want to look up at your top hand, feel free to make sure this knee doesn't lock out. That's why I keep bending it and readjusting it out to the side, okay? And I got tight hamstrings in this side. I had an injury in my right side, so I got to keep readjusting, and that's what I want you to do as well. All right, you ready for revolve triangle? I'm going to grab my bricks. Put them here. All right, so top hand comes down, rotate the body, turn the chest down. Now remember, the hips are turned almost all the way, so turn that back foot so that both sets of toes, all the toes are facing the front, okay? If that back heel is lifted, okay, then you want to step it in just a little bit so that the heel is down, okay? All right, so everything is adjusted, right? Hips are down. Remember, you see my booty is popped this way? So my butt, one of my right butt this time wanted to pop right. We want to rotate it back, bring the back, left right hip back, and the left hip forward, all right? Left hand is going to stay down. Back stays flat. Shoulders stay in. Open. Twist, open to the right. So for this side, for me, I have a little more range in my feet. So I'm a little bit less tight on this left side and more tight in my right shoulder. So you'll just notice these things. They're not bad things. They're just things to notice. Good. I'm going to turn back to the front. Good. Plant the hands. Step back to downward facing dog. Good. Come onto the toes. Bend the knees slightly. Step up. Fold in. Half lift. Fold. Come all the way up. Fold back in. Let's put this all together. Because I'm looking at my time and I'm like, oh. But it's okay. I'm not going to rush. If even do this once, you'll have it as a tool, but I did not want to rush through and just try to get done in time. I will be done in time, but I want you to get the poses and the alignment before anything else, and that's the most important thing. All right. Step back to down dog. Left leg lift. Step it through crescent. Okay, we might only get through this once, so pay attention with your breath. Lunging twist. Open arm twist. Crescent lunge. Warrior two. Okay, might need to step the feet a little bit so that the knee is over the ankle. Triangle pose. Good, top hand comes down. Turn the back foot in. Revolve triangle. Right, good. Plant the hands. Step back to down dog. Right leg lift. Step through between the hands. Crescent lunge. Good. Plant the hand. Open arm twist. Excuse me, lunging twist, not open arm twist. Now open arm twist. Crescent lunge. Warrior two. Okay, now I'm facing back away from you. Good. Triangle pose. And then revolve triangle. Got it? Nice. All right, plant the palms, step back. Rise to the toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, step up. Good, half lift. Fold in. Come all the way up. Reach. Forward fold. Good, half lift. Step back, downward facing dog. Let's do this one more time, and then we'll go into our cool down flow. Left leg lift. Crescent lunge. Lunging twist. Open arm twist. Crescent lunge. Keep breathing. Warrior two. Triangle pose. The hand comes down. Maybe step the feet closer. Revolve triangle. Good. Plant the hands. Step back. Down dog. Let's just do this right side. And then we're done. Crescent. Lunging twist. Woo! Open arm twist. Crescent lunge. Warrior two. Triangle pose. Bring that top hand down. Step the feet maybe closer together. Revolve triangle. Good. Plant the hands. Step back. Down dog. Good. Come onto your knees. Woo! Sit back on your heels for a moment. Find your breath. Take your time. Find your breath. I'm going to keep going because I do want to end on time for you. So whenever you're ready, meet me there. All right, we're going to come into a camel pose, just an easy camel pose. All right, so we're going to come onto our knees. All right, let me turn forward. That might be better. Actually, can't really see. All right, so I'll turn. It doesn't matter. All right, so knees are hip distant, kind of like if we were standing. We're going to be up nice and tall. Pull the belly in, tailbone down. So what I don't want you to do is squeeze your butt. I know you can tell I'm squeezing it. That's gonna screw everything up in the low back. All right, so release the tailbone, nice and tall. Pull the belly and the ribs in. All right, we're gonna make fists of our hands, bring them right to that low back. All right, so but it's very important for you to keep this belly engaged because you don't want to hurt yourself. We're just gonna hug the elbows together, shoulders are down, push the hips forward, and just take an extension in that upper back. Okay. We did a lot of twisting and closing of the body, so now we just have to counter that and open. Take a few breaths. Maybe look back. Good, come on up. All right, so nice, easy camel. And then we're going to come into a hero pose. So each of these we're just going to do one because, yeah, I'm looking at my time. I want to make sure to get you guys out of here on time. Hero pose. So with hero pose, you can also sit, move the heels apart and sit on the ground in beneath the heels. And now we're going to take a reclined hero pose. So just lean back. You don't have to lay all the way down on the ground. You can come onto your forearms, or you can come all the way down onto your back. As you come back, you're going to feel the knees pull. You're going to feel the hip flexors open. If this is a lot on your knees, you can always back out of it or put a cushion up underneath your knees. All right, let's lift up. Come onto your hands and knees into table pose. We're going to take this left foot. We're going to bring it in between the hands. We're going to lift up into Anjaneyasana. Just as a transition, grab your blocks and keep them near just in case. And now we're going to shift back into this right hip into half split, okay? So extend this left leg out. Hip is over the knee. Hips are facing forward. Soften this knee on this extended leg and flex the toes. We're going to lift the chest and just take a fold. Good. Breathing. Good. Lift up halfway. And now we're just going to slide back and sit onto our right heel. If you're kind of falling off and leaning to the side, you can take a brick and put it up underneath your left butt cheek. All right? This pose is called Kiryam Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Yes, that's going to be on the quiz later. Okay, no. In English, it's just a 3-limbed stretch. 1 limb, 2 limb, 3 limb. Intense stretch. All right? So lift up, inhale, and then exhale, fold in. Drop the chin, bring the chest down towards the knee, and breathe. And slowly lift up. We can grab the brick from underneath the butt and come back up. Plant the palms, step back to table. All right? Roll out the hips if you need. Step this right foot through between the hands. Transition to Anjane. We've done a whole bunch of those today. And then sit back into your half split. So this right leg is going to be extended. All right? Left knee or left hip over the ankle. Again, soften this knee and flex through the toes. Lift the chest. Exhale to fold. So lift up. And then let's go back into that 3-limbed stretch, intense stretch. So again, support your right hip because we do want the hips to be even, all right? Lift up and lengthen. Exhale, fold in. One side is going to be a little bit different than the other. In Vinyasa, there's this appreciation of going a little bit faster mindfully and then slowing down mindfully. As you learn to do this, as you practice this, it'll get better, and you will know consciously how to step into that next moment and move, whether it's fast, whether it's slow, but you'll sequence yourself a little bit differently. All right, let's come on up, back into that kneeling. Bring your knees together, come back onto your knees. We're not going to end in Shavasana. We're going to end in hero pose. So you can take your brick, sit on a supported hero if you want, or you can sit all the way onto your heels. And we're just going to take a few minutes of breathing and stillness. So bring your palms onto your thigh, just because of the time how big it is. If you do need Shavasana, though, I want you to lay down on your mat and just lay out, okay? Because some of us might need that, especially for our hips. So bring the palms right to the top of the thighs, either face up or face down. Face down is going to help you feel like face up is going to allow you to open up and receive everything that's coming in for you. And if you slow down and intentionally step in each moment, then you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it clearer than you would in any other moment. Let's take about 30 seconds of rest or stillness, whether you're in Shavasana or not. Whether you're in hero or whether you're in Shavasana, I want you to just start to come into this moment mindfully and carefully and intentionally by moving the fingers and the toes. So if you're on your back, wiggle your fingers and toes. If you're seated up in hero, you can wiggle your toes. I'm kind of moving my head just a little bit, moving my fingers, moving my toes. You can do a little rotation of your wrists and your ankles. You can turn your head from left to right And again, if you're on your back, I want you to go ahead and bring your feet together, your knees together, bend your knees, plant your feet down, and then hug your knees into your chest. And then roll off onto your right side. Take a moment before you push up, and then come up and meet us and seated. Bring your palms to your heart. Bring your chin down and honor yourself. That's the first thing. On or off the mat, where we need to honor ourselves and what we're doing. We need to come to that place of our authentic self, our authentic practice, and it doesn't matter who in the room is doing what. And that's what Vinyasa is teaching us, is to just step into our own moment, move with our own breath, create that own energetic fluidity in our body, and as well as practicing with the others around us, and kind of tuning out what they're doing and not comparing ourselves. So we're honoring ourselves, our practice, those that we practice with, again, those that are in our yoga room when we get back to the yoga studios, and then the places that we practice. So yoga studios, office buildings, restaurants, all of these things, all of these situations are going to cause a sensation in the body, and how we process it, how we respond to it and not react, how we respond to it is what is going to help us move through life and grow. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you light, love, peace, and joy in your journey. Namaste. And that just means the light in me honors and salutes the light in you. Again, my name is Regina Ward. Thank you for joining me via Zoom. Thank you for joining me via Facebook. If you have joined me or if you're watching this later, please shoot me a like or a comment. Let me know what you need. If you're on Zoom, again, do the same thing. Shoot me an email, shoot me a comment. Part 3 of our series is tomorrow, same time, 12 p.m. We're going to work towards a peak pose. I can't remember what it is right now. But again, it's still going to be beginner. And beginner doesn't mean that you are a beginner. I've been practicing for a long, long time. I've been teaching for a long time. This was challenging for me to even teach it to you and do it at the same time. Like, that doesn't mean anything about me, okay? It doesn't mean I'm less of a teacher or less of a person. So it doesn't mean that you're less of if you come to a beginner class. It just means that we're being grounded. We're not doing any balancing poses or planks just yet. And then as we go into intermediate and advanced, we're going to add those poses that are going to cause a sensation and tell us and trigger different things. So again, if you've been seasonal, you've been practicing for 10 million years, come on and join me, because it's always good to come back to your foundational practice. It's so good to come back home to your foundation. All right? So I will see you. Thank you, Esmeralda. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you next time. Tomorrow, hopefully, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am out